Good day everyone. Today we're going to have another session of Science High School Entrance Exam, which you can use for Philippine Science High School, Manila Science High School, Pasig Science High School, Angeles City Science High School, and others. I'm Ofelia Orate, a principal owner of a school, a math teacher, and an author of 21 books. Do all please subscribe, click the notification bell, and like. Let's start. Problem number 1. 3 inches is what part of a foot? You have to remember that 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. So therefore, if you say 3 inches is what part of a foot, you're just asking the question, what is 3 out of 12? Very simple. The fastest is for you to use cancellation. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 12 divided by 3 is 4. In your school, you call this simplifying or transforming the fraction in lowest terms. So the lowest terms is 1/4. Meaning, if you're going to check 1/4 of 12 is 12 divided by 4 is 3 inches, which is there, 3 inches. So the answer is 1/4, letter B. Let's move to problem number 2. A man owned 5/8 of a business. So he owns 5/8 and sold 2/5 of his share. So you are selling now 2/5 of 5/8. So you simply have to multiply. Again, the fastest way is to cancel 5 and 5. It means you're getting 1 and 1 here. But 2 and 8 can still be simplified. So you use cancellation again. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So now we have 1 times 1 is 1 all over 4 times 1 is 4. So the correct answer is 1/4, letter D. Next is problem number 3. 8 all over 0.8 times 0.8 is equal to what? The fastest way here is for you to move the decimal points. So make this 8 and make this also 8, meaning you move the decimal point 1, 2 times. So you also have to move the decimal point here 1, 2. So put zeros there. So now finally you have 800 over 8 times 8. But notice that 8 is cancelable with 8 here. Obviously, you have a 1 here and a 1. So you are now left with 100 over 8. But wait, 108 are still cancelable, right? 8 is divisible by 4, which is 2. 100 is also divisible by 4. 100 divided by 4 is 25. So the final answer is 25 over 2, which is letter C. Next, we move to problem number 4. This problem will be for numbers 4 to 6. A circle with a diameter of 14 cm. So this is the diameter of the circle. No? This whole thing is 14. There. So meaning this is also 14. This whole thing is 14. So the circle with diameter 14 is inscribed in a square as shown below. What is the perimeter of the square? Since the given figure is a square, it means that all sides are equal. So this is also 14. This is 14. And this is 14 here. Oh, how do you get the perimeter of a square? You just add all the sides or multiply one side by 4 equal sides. So 4 times 4 is 16, carry 1. This is 56 meters. So we have the final answer to be letter D. Now, in case you just add all the 4 sides to be 14, you will be getting the same answer, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 4, 16, carry 1. 4 plus 1 is 5. 56 meters. Now, let's move on to problem number 5. What is the area of the circle in the figure shown in number 4? This is the figure shown in number 4. So now here we would like to get the area of the circle. The area of a circle, as you have learned in your school, is pi r squared. Now, take note that pi here has a value of 3.14, etc., ... or as a fraction, it has a value of 22/7. In this case, you have to be wise. You have to take a look at the choices first. Taking a look at the choices, you do not have any decimals here. So it would be better then to be using this value 22/7. Okay, let's try it again. So plug in the values. We have pi, which is 22/7 r squared. Now, the side of the square here is 14. This would mean that this is also 14. So your r is going to be 14 divided by 2, or 7. Meaning from the center of the circle to the circle is 7. That would be r. So now, we plug in here r to be 7 squared, right? So this is over 1. Take note here that 7 squared is 49 divided by 7 gives you a 7. Is there anything which is still cancelable? No more. So we can now multiply 22 times 7 here, no? 22 times 7. 7 times 2 is 14. Carry 1. 7 times 2 is 14 plus 1 is 154. But this is area. Units for area will be centimeter square or square centimeters. So the final answer should be letter D. Last and final questions, we have 6 and 7. Okay. Problem number 6 is also referring to the previous figure. What is the area of the shaded portion of the figure? Okay, so we would like to get the area of this, the shaded. Okay, so as we have discussed in problems 4 and 5, this is a square, right? And you have here a circle. So as you can see, to get the area of the shaded region, you have to subtract the area of the circle, from the area of the square. There. Now, the square has side 14 cm. So the area has to be 14 square, or 14 times 14, minus the area of the circle, which we have learned in problem number 5 is 154 cm squared. So now, what is 14 squared? 14 squared is 196, right? Okay, let me show that. 14 times 14. 4 times 4 is 16, carry 1. 4 times 1 is 4 plus 1 is 5. 4 times 1 is 4, 1 times 1 is 1. So add them, 6, 9, 1, 196. It would be better if you review or memorize the squares at this point, because many of the questions in entrance exams will be dealing with squares. So if you already know the square of a certain number, it would be faster for you to be solving. So 196 minus 154. These are both, of course, cm squared, both of this. Okay, so 196 minus 154 gives us 6 minus 4 is 2, 9 minus 5 is 4. So we have 42 centimeters square or square centimeters. So the correct answer has to be letter A. Okay, in the meantime, let's review the squares. I would suggest and highly recommend that you memorize all this so it would be faster. So I'll be writing them down here. I'm sure you know the squares of 1, 2, 3 up to 10. Those are really easy. Now 11 square is 121. 12 square is 144. 13 square is 169. 14 square is 196. 15 square is 225. 16 square is 256. 17 squared is 289. 18 squared is 324. 19 squared is 361. And 20 square is 400. Okay, let me help you how to remember all this fast. When I was young, I really memorized all this, but I had a technique. Okay, when it is 11 squared, look at the last digit 1. 1 times 1 is 1. It should end in 1. So if you have 12 squared, the last digit is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. So the answer should end in 4. Okay. 13 squared, 3 times 3 is 9. So the last digit here is 9. 4 times 4 is 16. So the last digit is 16. 6 rather. So 15, 5 times 5 is 25. The last digit is 5. And so on and so forth. And then I always remember that after 225, which is 15 square, no? The numbers here must be more than 225. So I start with 256. Why am I saying this? Because it's going to be confusing. This is 196 and this is 256. They both end in 6. So these two both end in 6. That's what I mean. So it's going to be confusing for you. So all you have to do is that after 15 square here, this two ends in 6, and then this two now ends in 9. Then these two will be ending in 4, ending in 1. Why is this ending in 0? Because the number here is 10 squared, which is 100, ending in 0. Basta, after 15 square, 225, all the numbers must be above 225. And before 15 square, the numbers are below 200 or below 225. That's my recommendation. Next, move to number 7. The formula of the volume of a cylinder is V volume equals pi r squared h, where V is the volume, R is the radius of a circular base, and h is the height of a cylinder. If the circular base has a diameter of 14 cm, find the volume of a cylinder if it is 100 cm or centimeters high. Okay, so all you have to do here is to plug in the values to the formula of the volume, pi r squared h. It says here use pi equals 22 over 7. So substitute pi 22 over 7. R squared. R is here. If the circular base has a diameter of 14 cm. So if the diameter is 14 cm, then your radius must be 14 divided by 2 or 7 cm. So substitute here 7 square. There. Times the h. The h is 10 cm high. So h is 10. Right? This is over 1. This is over 1. So we can now use cancellation again. 7 squared over 7 is 7. There. As you can see, all denominators are now 1. So we will be having here 22 times 7 times 10. So we have to multiply 22 times 7 first. 7 times 2 is 14, carry 1. 7 times 2 is 14, plus 1 is 15, times 10. So when you're multiplying by 10, you just add a 0 here. So we will have an answer which is 1,540 cubic centimeters or QCM. There, that's the final answer. Oh, I'm glad we are done. So again, subscribe, click the notification bell, and like. And always remember to add kindness, subtract judgment, multiply understanding equals Mrs. O's good life equation. Thank you. Bye.